Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a reading for Gemini. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything that you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger. And I ask you, oh, look at that. I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. All right? And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Ooh, Two of Cups. Very nice. The Magician, Mercury energy, and the Two of Cups. Very special. Very, very special. Let's put that into some context, though. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I do this, I would also like to remind everyone that the private readings are closed right now, but they will hopefully be opening up again in the near future. So stay tuned. Continue to check in the description box, and I'll try to make an announcement when those open up again. Okay, so I apologize for that. But they are closed currently. Now, we've got the Dove and Serpent spread. Let's do our mystery card. For the mystery card, we're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is the card that we set aside. We're not going to look at this until the very end. We'll let our little alien friend be the guardian of that mystery card. And hopefully at the end of the reading, that card will tie everything together, maybe give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay, so we've got major, 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 major. This is pretty major. We've got this water energy, we've got some earth energy, we've got a little bit of fire. So what we don't have is the air. I think Mercury, this Magician card, is kind of taking the responsibility for the air energy, right? This is a lot of mental activity. This is a lot of creativity. This is a very, very focused and balanced mind, right? Mercury is that energy that is very clear-headed, knows exactly what to do to get things done, knows how to use all of the resources in your environment. So with the rest of these cards, it's like we've got this water energy. We've got this Lover's card. Into this water energy, we've got the really clear thinking, the precise, like, psychic structure, the mental organization to handle all of this earth energy, to create. So I really feel like you're creating this. This is like this is the jackpot right here. You know, we have all of the love, we have all of the clarity, we're committed to our path, and we are manifesting. So this, I think, is really, really tremendous achievements. Okay, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of goals being reached, milestones being reached. This is really, really good energy. And then on the path of the serpent too, we've got this Empress card. We've got this Fool energy. And more earth and a little bit of fire. So I think this is really something special. So this Mercury, you are definitely someone that has, I would say, like a clear plan of what you're doing with your life, right? It may not even be something that you kind of consciously have worked out, because we don't see any other of the air energy here, right? Now I should kind of pause and say that we do have air energy in the form of this Fool. This Fool is pure air energy. It's kind of what we don't want, right? We don't want surprises. We don't want the disorganized activity of the Fool energy. What we want is the intense concentration of this Magician energy. Okay, so we have card 0 and we have card 1. So it's kind of a binary thing, right? Zeros and ones. We don't want the 0, we want the 1. We don't want the uncertainty. We don't want the unknown. What we want is the known. We want the certainty. We want the download from spirit. We want the concentration. We want the focus. We want the definite, the definite will in this. Okay? And that's the way that you're achieving this. You're creating your own jackpot. right? Rather than this being something that you kind of stumble into, again, kind of Fool energy is what we don't want. We don't want to stumble into success. We want to create success. We want to create our own jackpot. You're choosing it. You're building it. You're creating it. Even here with this Empress energy, it's all about the creation for you, right? And Mercury is very, very focused, okay? And I think what we have here is kind of a contrast. I wonder if, and especially with this Lover's card in the back here, this is really interesting. Because I wonder if you have kind of been, like brute forcing this thing. If you have been kind of going through every possibility until you have found the one, right? Until you have found the perfect alignment of your own energies, the perfect path for you to commit to, right? In all of the chaos that is kind of this Fool energy, you have found the road. You have found your way, your Tao, right? Your path. This is the kind of infinite path, and they are all true. They are all authentic. They are all legitimate, but they're not all yours. This is the one that's yours, okay? So I think that maybe we've been trying different things until we found what really clicks. And here in the background is this Lover's card, okay? I know I'm kind of jumping around a bit today, but this energy is really, really, really strong energy for you right now, Gemini. So with the Lover's energy, now this is a little bit of air too, but I've got to say that this is your patron card, the Lover's card, right? It rules the sign of Gemini. And I think this card is predicting you finding the one path for you to commit to. It could be that we've gone through several attempts at committing ourselves to something, and it always kind of fails. We don't really follow through. It hasn't quite worked out. Okay, for whatever reason. Maybe we realized it wasn't really our path. We were mistaken. For some reason, we have gone through several attempts at this. But the way the rest of these cards are set up, I feel like this is the one. This is the commitment that is really going to stick. We have a lot of this kind of almost binary energy, because we've got the Gemini card, right? The Lovers. This is you committing yourself to your ultimate ideal. Now, this could be a relationship with a person, could be a romantic thing. The Lover's card sometimes talks about romantic relationships, but not always. I would even say not usually, right? This is us choosing to commit ourselves to something or someone, because that is the one for us, okay? And we could maybe think we're doing this a few times and it doesn't work out. We just keep trying, right? We're brute forcing it. We're trying every combination until the lock opens. I think this is the right combination. I think the lock is opening, right? I think this Four of Discs in your future, this is the safe that we're trying to crack, okay? This is, this is where the jackpot is being kept. This is the bank vault right here, right? I mean, it even kind of looks like it. And I think that what we have here in these other cards is the perfect combination. And I think we've been trying and trying to get that perfect combination by really just trying everything we can think of, right? Trying different combinations, it doesn't work, we try it again. Try something different. We exchange some energy for something else, we move some pieces around, and we keep trying until we get it right. I think this is you getting it right, okay? The Lover's card, what does it need in order to really to have this union and this marriage? Well, it needs love. It needs a Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is saying that not only are you committed to this path, this work, this person, this company, this artistic endeavor, whatever it is that we're talking about exactly, right? Your commitment to that is mirrored, right, by the universe. It's like the universe is committing to you as well, okay? It's balanced, it's reciprocating. It's a two-way street. So I think that as the further you get into this relationship or project, whatever it might be, the more you're beginning to see the signs of this kind of perfect union, you know. And I think that's part of this Mercury energy too, because Mercury is the mind itself. This is perception. You know, as much as it is laser focus and concentration, this is also your ability to receive, to observe, and to be aware of, to have the consciousness to even know that there's something out there to be aware of. All of the signs and omens and synchronicities in your life that are telling you that this is indeed the one. This here is almost the perfect combination, right? It becomes even more perfect by having all of these other cards. I really don't think we've had a more perfect combination of cards. We also have the universe card down here, right? So you are this magician in the universe. Now, you can either be the magician or the fool, right? The jester or the kind of ringmaster. I think you're choosing to be the ringmaster, right? You have maybe done enough of this fooling around, wandering, questing kind of thing. This is the experimental card. This is you kind of trying all the different combinations, not with any kind of system involved. It's like you've got a padlock or whatever, and you're trying, okay, 0001, nope. 0002, nope. That's the fool. There's no real system to it. It's just trying every possible combination. It doesn't even have to be sequential like that. So I think we have done this, and now we're choosing to be that magician, that ringmaster, fully aware of your purpose, fully aware of your role, and what you've committed to is now committing to you, right? And that is the universe, the world. I think you're someone who has been looking for your place in the world, right? Finding out what corner of this wonderful earth upon which we live is yours, right? Where do you fit in to this kind of this dance of life and the forces and the elements? You know, where do you belong in here? Well, this is an underlying sense of belonging, or the need to feel like you belong somewhere. Now, when we take the Fool and pair that up with the universe, this is a lot of wandering. This is someone that has explored every possible, inch of the planet looking for their place. The Fool out in the universe, this is the kind of, this is the archetypal quest, exploring the cosmos, really. And it's a never-ending quest, right? Or it can be. But we don't want this Fool energy anymore. That's why it's in this position of what we don't want. We're done with this almost random kind of exploration of life. We're looking to find that concentration, find the exact coordinates of where we belong. And that's giving you this sense of purpose, this sense of responsibility almost, because now you feel like you are a very crucial part of this world or universe, right? You found your place in it, and now you are in charge. Now you have to fulfill your role as the magician, as the ringmaster, right? And that, I forgot where these go. And that brings us to the Queen of Pentacles at the top of the path of the Dove, because now you're kind of on top of the mountain, you're on top of the world, so to speak, and you are trying to accomplish, you're trying to reach the height of this work that you do, either, whatever the ultimate goals of this relationship are. You're trying to excel in your career or in your whatever field you are in, whatever work you do. You're trying to be the best that you can be, okay? And that is really because of this Lover's card, this Magician card, and the love between them, right? This is the magician really falling in love with whatever this path is. Because the Lover's card is about the choice, right? It's about finding that ideal partnership that you then choose to enter into combination with, okay? In one sense, you kind of are maybe worried about losing your identity or your sense of individuality. But another great thing about, oops, let's go that way. Another great thing about Mercury is that it doesn't matter what it goes into combination with. It will always come out the other side intact, right? Still fully an individual. It will be essentially unchanged by this experience. It will maybe have gained knowledge and experience and, be changed in some ways, but fundamentally, at the core of who you are, it is not, it's not changing you. So we're able to maintain our uniqueness, our perspective, our sense of identity and individuality, even while we are attempting this, like, this kind of merging into the universe, right? Like finding our place within it and becoming a part of the whole. Well, we're still a unique and individual part, even though we are now we're identifying with the whole, right? Does that make sense? So with the Queen of Pentacles here, I feel like this is what you're looking forward to, right? This is you being at the top of your game, reaching the whatever the pinnacle of success is for you. It could be the height of the relationship or of the career or, whatever. And I think when you reach this point, it will be the perfect opportunity for you to look back at all of this energy, right? I think you're looking forward to the day when you're kind of sitting there, on top of the world, so to speak. And you can look back at all the choices that you've made. The Lover's card it represents all of the choices. Even those commitments that we made that didn't work out, right, that I said at the beginning. It represents all of those, right? So looking back at the path, at the road that we took to get here, you can see how all of the choices and commitments that didn't quite work out were all necessary, absolutely crucial. All of the, what maybe seemed like wrong choices, I don't think there are any wrong choices. There may be painful choices. There may be choices that take you the long way around the world. But I don't believe there are any wrong or incorrect choices. There are big choices and little choices. And I think that you'll begin to appreciate that. The more you kind of climb your mountain, the more you can look down and see how every little step, even the misstep on those loose rocks was still very important to your development, to your success, to you reaching your goals, right? And again, I really like this Four of Discs as the way forward. This is you finding the combination and getting into the vault, right? This is you finding the buried treasure. This is you kind of getting into Fort Knox. This is you finding the jackpot, right? And I think that this is the stability and the safety and the security that you're really looking forward to, right? It's in the position of what's in front of you. This is the challenge, but then this is also one of the goals, getting to a very stable place where it's not so much about the decision making and trying to find the right road. Now you're on the road, and now all of your resources can be committed to advancing on that path rather than searching for the path. So this is the beginning kind of, and also the end kind of the path, right? And speaking of beginnings and ends, we have again the Fool, which is the beginning, which is the alpha, And then we have the world, a universe, which is the omega, which is the end. We have the beginning and the end of the path. It may have started with chaos, confusion, uncertainty, disorganization, just a lot of surprises, a lack of self-consciousness, a lack of self-awareness. But through this Mercury energy and this configuration and alignment of energies, you're reaching, I keep putting the cards back in the wrong place. Through all of this, you are reaching kind of the end of the path, which is kind of just the beginning of the next path, but you know, you're reaching your goals, you're reaching your destination, and that is the universe itself. It is a cosmic perspective. It's you able to look back at your entire life and see how far you've come, and to look into the future and see where you're going. See the Queen of Pentacles here, I kind of look at this card like the figure there is looking back at the road that they took to get to this throne of earth that they're on. But we could just as easily say that this figure is looking forward to the road that they're going to travel tomorrow. Okay? So every end is a new beginning. Every world card is a Fool card. Right? So there is going to be, I think, this new beginning, and that Fool card is in the position of what we don't want, but it is maybe the position of what we need. See, we're looking for this end, this stability, this success, this summiting of the mountain. What we don't want then is to have to begin the journey again or begin another path, right? We want to just stay omega. We don't want to go back to alpha, right? We don't want to have to start the process over again. So it's interesting that the Fool is in this position, because it could be that we really don't want to have to get up tomorrow and start traveling down a new path or a different road, or, you know what I mean? We want to stay here. We like it here. You know, so this could be part of the lesson too, is that, you know, just because you're reaching the heights of success and whatever this pertains to, doesn't mean that it's the end of your journey, right? Doesn't mean that your work is over. So I think that's something that we're struggling with. We see that at the end with the last card, the Two of Wands. This is kind of the internal struggle, right? And we have a lot of this kind of duality, a lot of this binary kind of pattern here, you know, with the alpha and the omega, with the 1 and the 0, with the 2 of cups, with the Lovers card, and now we've got the Two of Wands. So it is kind of like this struggle of wanting to be at the end and kind of needing to continue the journey, you know. We may be resting here for the night, but we've got more work to do tomorrow. Okay. Now, we didn't really talk about the Empress energy, but this is your general energy. This is really fantastic. This is telling me that whatever you are doing, whatever you're working on, if this is a romantic relationship, if it's a work situation, if it's some project, or, you know, whatever you're creating, you really are like, you know, kind of, for lack of a better metaphor, giving birth to this. Right? You are putting your energy into it and you are creating it. And once it is created, it's your responsibility to sustain it. Okay? And sustaining that is going to require, well, more work. So the very next card is this Fire of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles. It's almost as if the Queen of Pentacles wants to do less work, just wants to enjoy the success and have time for contemplation, have time to look back over the past and look forward to the future. But it's more of a soulful, kind of energetic rumination or contemplation, whereas the Knight of Discs just kind of says, I don't have time to sit down and rest and have a meal. I've got to keep working. You know, long days and even longer nights for the Knight of Discs. So whatever you are creating must be sustained. So there's it seems like there's not really a lot of time for the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe that means that we have to make time for that. And we have to look at where we've been so that we know where we're going, and then we can stop pushing away this Fool energy. Because I think at the beginning of all of this, we had Fool energy. You know, I think you've tried many things until you really found your stride, really found your own rhythm, you know. And now we don't want to go back there. We don't want to have to do that part again. We feel like we're past that. We're better than that now, you know. But I think that's part of the dilemma. And with the Two of Wands, this is some very strong Mars in Aries energy. So it's kind of very brute force. You know, this is saying, look, you're going to have to figure out your next step, the next part of your journey. It's not finished yet. You know, so I think that there's some conflict in that area. Let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Alien, for helping us out, being the guardian of our mystery card. I wonder what this is going to be. I kind of feel like it's going to be some more major arcana. I wonder if it's going to be the Lover's card again. I kind of feel like it is, showing that, you know, we think we've made that one perfect choice, our ideal. We're uniting with this part of ourselves, with this path. But it's one step in a much larger path for you, right? So let's see what this is. Ooh. Close. It's the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is someone that can kind of do both, or do all of this. First of all, the Emperor is the counterpart to the Empress. So now we have, again, the kind of the ones and the zeros, the opposites, the kind of binary energy again. And that to me is showing that you're always going to remain uniquely yourself, and you're going to have to enter into combination with other things, right? So to me, that is starting the process again, alpha to omega, right? But the Emperor here is someone, I think, that has the time, the room, the energy, the space, you know, for this kind of contemplation, for the Queen of Pentacles, you know, reminiscing about the path, kind of examining the path and the history and all of the choices, you know, really meditating on that stuff, but then also has the vision and the foresight to think of the future, and knows that whatever we have right now, whatever success we have right now, we have to continue pushing forward if we're going to sustain what we have, and if we're going to have more, if we're going to grow and expand and, you know, accomplish more things. You know, there's no stopping on the path, right? There might be a temporary pause or a slowing down, but there's no stopping. And the Emperor is fully capable of wielding the wands, right? The wands of choice and of will and of determination, and the power to decide what's coming next, right? Where is your new path going to lead you? You know. But maybe we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, right? Because we're still talking about this path. The path of the dove is kind of where it's at right now. Because we're still trying to get into this vault, right? We still want this jackpot. We still want this success, you know. Everything on the path of the serpent maybe is kind of what's coming later, or a more philosophical way to look at this. But what we've got on the path of the dove, I think, is really good. So maybe we bring it back. Maybe we bring it back here and we try to enjoy what we have. We try to finish the path we're on before we start worrying about the next one, right? I think that would be probably smart. Anyway, we're going to do an extended, and if you would like to stick around for that, and I hope that you will, join me and the Emperor here by just clicking on that link. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Gemini, but for all of the zodiac signs. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I'll see you again very soon.